Hello, air signs. So today's reading is practically a love reading, what I can see from here. Um, it's like emotional, it comes emotional satisfaction. I think you need some sort of healing before you fully transition to whatever you need to, whatever you need to go to. Um, and the reason for that is because whatever codependent situation you went through in the past, whatever affected you in the past, is skewing your view of the present and future, as in, it doesn't allow you to see a new option. You might consider it, you might see it somehow, you might feel it, but there's doubts that cloud your judgment because certain fears pop up, and you are probably seeing a person in a certain light, or you're afraid that whatever situation this is could be a repeat of past dissatisfactions. I see you being very prone to the future. You are ready. Somehow you're still looking at the past. Um, it's like you're fearful of not having either the potential for a new beginning or not being able to sustain it, basically. Um, it's like being fearful of not being good enough, that kind of situation. You're somewhat disconnected. Mentally, I think you need throat chakra comes to mind. Mentally, you're waiting for some sort of sign, probably, but I don't think you're quite in tune with your own emotional being, let's say. Maybe you have been overwhelmed and yet dissatisfied of something in the past. It's like you're clearing out some junk, basically. I'm trying to understand exactly what is blocking you because you seem to have turned your back on specific past patterns. You seem like you've done work on yourself, and you might be emotionally balanced to a certain degree, emotionally aware, let's say emotionally mature. um, I feel like you've reached a limit in your past slash current situation where you don't feel inspired enough, and you do see yourself ready for a new commitment, but it's like you're afraid to do the first step, that kind of situation. Because you're afraid to get hurt or not being able to. It's like, what comes to mind, it's like being fearful of, you might blame yourself for past misconduct or past insufficiencies, or if you had like a past relationship with somebody, which I think you did. Maybe you were even married. I'm not sure here, but there was a long-term partner. If you had that type of, if you had a relationship that didn't go as you wanted, you may be blaming yourself for part of it, and or you've seen some insufficiencies in this type of relationship. Maybe you had some sort of, again, codependent situation going on here, and you've worked through, and you've seen your own inadequacies, and at that point you said, okay, I need to change this, I need to get out of this, because your focus, your drive was being affected and you were going out of balance. um, and I think in your environment there is a potential for something new, and you already know it. Well, some of you might not yet, because there's a transformation in the near future. I think it's about new perspective and new attitude that will shift your current state from being firm, waiting, towards a more active way of engaging. So maybe, like, I don't know, doing a first step or showing yourself for it, basically. I forgot the, I lost train of thought. Anyway, there is something going on here, but I think you've you're holding back at the moment, and thus it may also project outside. It may influence the people outside, creating this environment of holding back and lack of commitment, I think, and delays and that kind of situation. I think you're just afraid. This is the You probably may need to trust yourself a bit more and connect to your like spiritual side, I want to say, your own divine guidance, um, to your own strength. It's best to connect to your own strength here, in inner strength, as to reestablish the power play that's going on between you and your fears and your judgment towards the past, which is projecting towards the future. This judgment may affect the view that you have on somebody else and on a new potential relationship with somebody else. There might be some work involved as well here. Maybe it's a person you want to work with, or you work with, or there's some sort of like money involved here. It's like abundance money involved, but it's not a heavy energy on that. I don't think that it's a particular relevant element of it. Grounded, it's more grounded, nurturing energy. Okay, let's dig in. So I sort of moved the cards a bit, like here and that. So in the near future, in your present moment, you have the Fool upright. So this is you. So you're ready for a new beginning. You're aspiring in achieving something different with your life. I think the rose comes. It's a particular element here. Roses. It is their period, so maybe you're holding a rose. You've had some sort of enlightenment, I believe, some sort of awakening. You've probably been inspired, that you've managed to. I'm feeling so drained at the moment. it's like I feel like low energy right now, that kind of thing. It's like passing, flowing. Yeah, but you're ready for a new. I want to say again, for a new commitment. You're ready for a new commitment. This is the current energy you're embodying. It's not the magician. It's not manifesting. It's not actually playing it out, but it's like a state of mind, instead of willful state of being, let's say. He's still looking at the past, because one of the clarifying cards for the Fool was the Chariot reversed and the Empress. And in the past, we have again the Chariot reversed, clarified by the Ace of Wands reversed and the King of Cups upright. So there was like a lack of creative juice, I want to say, offering, passion, drive, focus, new beginning, aspirations. Again, aspirations comes to mind. Yes, so lack of drive, of passion, especially for the King of Cups. This may represent, I think, you either have been married and you're trying to heal from a past relationship with the Queen of Cups reversed. Maybe you had a breakup or something like that with somebody, or divorce or whatever. And you are ready for a new beginning, new commitment, as I said. There's like an element also of motherhood here, potential for motherhood or a marriage or something like that. But I do not see you acting on it. What I do see is your intention to do it. You want to, you feel ready, but you're not doing it at the moment. I want to understand from this reading, like further along, what are the obstacles for this? Why are you not doing it? So anyway, you might be affected by some lack of drive, focus, passion, creativeness, whatever. Maybe you're an entrepreneur. Maybe you're somebody who is trying to build something for himself. It's like if you had a certain path in your life, now you want to generate something new. So maybe you went from a 9-to-5 job or something, and you want to go work as an independent contractor or something like that. Because what I see here, this is the intention was for this to be a reading for the week. But time is flexible, and you have to see how this actually manifests in your life. How long does it take? It depends on the various circumstances applying for each and one of you. But let's say for a short period of time, this reading is really intense, and it has like powerful energy here, because we have a lot of major arcanas, and it's like life-changing situations. We have the Fool, we have the Chariot, we have Death, we have High Priestess, there is the Lovers, the World, what else? The Star. So it's like, my God, the Judgment, the Moon. It's like it's all packed in, and it's like it's almost bursting. That's the feeling. It's as if you're there, but you haven't yet taken the leap of faith, let's say. What's crossing your this new beginning? What's in, let's say, in your energy or environment? What is, I want to say, categorizing it, describing it, let's say. We have the Three of Cups reversed, clarified by the Eight of Wands reversed. There is no communication. There's no movement. There's a kind of stalemate situation. You're in this position, in this attitude of moving towards, but you're holding yourself back. Maybe because you are tired, maybe because you're unbalanced here, maybe because it can be because you're fearful as well. So thus this drives the situation in this in a certain extreme, you know, so going from white to black to white. So it's like going in different directions at the same time, being pulled in different directions at the same time. But what I see here, it's like you know what you want, but it's as if you're not seeing it properly. Maybe because you're exhausted, maybe because you're listening to the wrong people, maybe you've heard rumors, gossip, some words or something, and that highlighted, enhanced some doubts that you have, or fears. You highlighted some fears, which created more doubts about whether you want to pursue a certain situation or not. So what I'm feeling here, sensing here, is like you're ready for a new beginning. You're actually questioning how that beginning should look like for you. So if you have like a new person in mind, you might not see that person properly. Maybe you're only seeing them in a certain context that maybe doesn't allow you to communicate properly. So maybe there's competition, or maybe there's, I don't know, you work together, or you train together, or you are just an environment that doesn't promote like a free way of communication, that kind of free flow of communication. And so you're somewhat limited in actually clearing out your doubts to a certain degree. Maybe that is the point, maybe of the situation. Maybe it is what you need, because you need to sort of like take a leap of faith as to be able to show yourself that you trust yourself more. So maybe this environment is actually paradoxically good for you as an individual to move forward from this lack of drive, from this unbalanced situation. Maybe connect with your high priestess more and decide, allowing this new death energy to move towards this new beginning. So because this can be a leap of faith, so you know you're there, but you need to take the first step and see how that goes. So risk it, basically, because that's, you know, fear of commitment, that is, you know, putting yourself, you're afraid of being hurt, and putting yourself out there. So maybe this environment that promotes the situation to be in this way is actually something that you might consider as a challenge, thus starting to, I want to say, fight it off, in the sense of not fight off necessarily the rumors or whatever is happening here, but to begin from within, as to move with a more passionate intent, because whatever happened in the past doesn't have as much of a hold on you as it did. So it's like, you know, creating your inner pillar and deciding, okay, I don't have all the information. The only way I can have this information is to put myself forward. I am in this position where I want a new beginning. There might be a potential with somebody else. Let's just do this, you know, that kind of situation. Because even though the person might not be as I want, or might not give me what I want, even if my perspective is not actually accurate 100%, I'm gonna allow myself to try. You know, I'm gonna allow myself to strive towards something that can give me that. Risk it, basically. Risk it. In this situation, you know, I want to say, because it's tricky, because sometimes this can show up as impulsivity as well, so rash decisions, and especially with being unbalanced, I would say, you know, be careful, you know, do not try to jump off the cliff or whatever. But considering all the other cards, it's like, I think you're encouraged here to connect within yourself with your inner strength, and to give yourself a shot, basically. That's what I'm getting here, because one of the clarifying cards in the past was the King of Cups. So I think you are emotionally mature. Maybe you're a dad as well. Maybe you want to be one, because, as I mentioned before, there's this element of motherhood as well. And I do believe you want to create like a new stable foundation for yourself. Um, but you need to allow, I keep hearing, let bygones be bygones, let bygones be bygones. So it's like maybe controlling some control issues, like trying to control outside circumstances rather than focusing on your inner stability. So if you want to promote outside stability and not attached to people, want to connect with people that can give you that, maybe you, or the version of the people. Sometimes we interact with people differently when we are in a different space, because we project different type of energy, you know. So we all have, you know, we all can be unbalanced. We all have our yin and yang and all these sides. So if you are in this energy where you're fearful and interact with the person, you might trigger in them the same things. I'm not saying everybody's responsible for their own behavior, obviously, but if you are stable and owning your own energy, let's say your own presence, in your own presence, people may be, for example, inspired into behaving as such, you know. So it starts from you, I believe. You do have a pretty good energy here. I like this. I really like this. You're in a good space. You're in a good space, even though mentally you might feel a bit confused and not understand everything. But I really like this. It's something that it bursting energy. I feel again, and it's my throat is again. Since I started this reading, I got I'm fine, but I got this tingling in my throat chakra. I get, it's as if expressive. You need it's like dusty. It's like when you have dust and it creates that blah, blah, blah. Or you know, like when you, if you're a runner, you have these flies that can get into your throat. It's like blah. And so it creates that that situation. Other concepts that I got before was celebratory movement, which I got it for Three of Cups. It's funny because celebration, this means when it's upright, it's celebration. And then Eight of Wands, when it's upright, is movement. So celebratory movement. So maybe lack of celebratory movement in this situation. Then throat, the tingling, clearing of the throat of the expressive side. Maybe you need to express your emotions more. So showing yourself up. Holding back, because we have holding back here. You're at the crossroads. So I got crossroads. In the near future, we have the death, as I said. Self-indulgence. Self-indulgence maybe in this, maybe you have some self-indulgent patterns as a way to coping from this imbalance. And then I wrote here, I don't know what I write. What did I write here? I don't know what I wrote here anyway. So the last one was marriage proposal. So marriage or marriage proposal. So either you were married and you want to remarry, or you want to marry again, or you had a long-term relationship and you want to commit to somebody, something like that.